Good afternoon, good evening, and good night, and welcome to Throwbacks, where we talk all things cool and retro. And we do have a retro card style Star Wars vintage collection figure here with Obi-Wan Ben Kenobi. Looking forward to getting into this. Got it in the mail a few days ago, so didn't rush right into it, but Obi-Wan Kenobi in its various forms is my favorite Star Wars character, so definitely looking forward to getting into this. It's a nice card, so it hurts to open it, but the reality is my days of buying two of these figures, one to keep open, or one to open and one to keep mint, are just long gone, and now that these are sitting around about 20 bucks. The price of the old Black Series figures is just not something that is gonna be a thing for me, but looking forward to cracking into this one and reviewing it with you guys. Very nice card art. Pretty good delivery there from Amazon. A little dingy do there, but overall looks pretty good. We also have at the very end a kind of bonus review here of, was it Jode? Wood. We're going to go with Jode here from Star Wars Skeleton Crew. Did pick this up at Ross for $3. So I thought, you know what? I do have an extra one that I did want to keep on card. But I figured let's go ahead and throw him into this review as well, as I really thoroughly enjoyed the Skeleton Crew. I think it's some of the best actual Star Wars that has come out since Disney purchased it. So, but we'll get to that after the Obi-Wan, so if you want to stick around for that, that would be cool. If not, let's go ahead and get into Ben Obi-Wan Kenobi. Alright, let's go ahead and get into Obi-Wan. Let's go ahead and get into his lightsaber. This is one that he's going to wear on his waist if he so chooses. Nice gold, nice silver, nice black. Pretty standard stuff here, but very well done. No issue at all. Lots of detail. Do appreciate that. Now we're going to have his lighted lightsaber. Again, very nice. One thing that you will get is pretty good quality, pretty good detail here for these figures, but like I said, just going to have to be a little, very much more choosy when it comes to the 3 3/4 Star Wars figures. Like a lot of people say, you can't collect it all, no matter how hard we do try. But let's go ahead, crack the old man out himself, and get some look here. There we go. Looks very good. Very nice face sculpt. Nice dirty hair going on there. Sand and age, I think, definitely played a factor here with Obi-Wan's hair. Very nice beard. Definitely a great Obi-Wan portrait. Very Alec Guinness, I would say. Soft goods cape looks really good. Gonna keep it like that. I'm not gonna lift it up. I think it sits really nice. Kind of does that post scaring away the Tuskens look really well. Soft goods here at the bottom. We'll go ahead and open them up to see a little bit more of what he's got going on. There's your peg hole for your lightsaber if you so choose. Normal Obi-Wan belt. Little pouch there on this side as an accessory. Normal articulation, obviously, that you're going to get. We're not going to get too crazy into that. Again, soft goods. Undercarriage, soft goods, little kind of flare here. It looks really nice. Have a quick look at the boots. Underneath, let's check those out. Pretty standard Jedi boots, or really even kind of like Outworlder type boots. Normal, kind of what you're going to expect there. But all in all, it's pretty solid. You know, you kind of know with the vintage collection what you're going to get here, what they're going to look like. Articulation and all that stuff is all pretty standard across the board. And then a figure like this that is mostly undercloth, you know, obviously you gotta hit the home run on the face, and I think we definitely do have that here. Definitely a nice addition to my Obi-Wan collection. Really happy with this. Let's see how he stands. Give a little maneuver there. Mess with him. Alright, well, we'll get him to stand. That won't be an issue, I don't think. But let's go ahead and get into Joe, Jade, Jada, Nada. Not a care in the world when I decided to pick this guy up for $3 from Ross. That's a no-brainer there. Definitely sad that we're not going to get any more of the Skeleton Crew anytime soon, I don't think, especially in the Vintage Collection line. But here's his little pew-pew, very pirate-esque, kind of going along with the theme of the show for sure. Little extra. This is definitely a scaled down version of the Black Series, which, usually they are, but it's basically hidden all the beats here with the extra little claw thing, the extra pistol. It's all pretty much what you're going to get there with the Black Series, which is fine because that figure is a really good figure after all, so no issues with that. If you handed me this head, would I go Jude Law? I don't know, maybe not, but it's definitely Jude Law. Like, that's just more my not really caring too much about Jude Law. I liked his character in the show, but I was really more just happy with the kids and their adventures and anything, and then just him as a character being like my favorite character. But it does have his little pistol holder there. Where's that tiny thing? Let's get that in there right away so we don't risk losing that, because it's definitely a small accessory for sure, but looks nice, looks good. Gold there on the side, gold inlays here on his jacket, and gold inlay there, a little kind of goldish, bronzy. I guess probably more bronzy than gold. Look there. Does the glove have a little? That's nice. So his glove does have a little bit of extra kind of padding there, like some of those kind of mechanics type style gloves do. But it's a nice figure. It's very solid. If you don't even want to use him, even if you don't care about the property and you just want this dude as like a background in your cantina, your sail barge, anything like that, that's easy. Especially when you slap that on him. There you go. That's easy. He can be anybody. He can be sitting there like this in your thing, holding a cup on the sail barge, holding a cup in your cantina, and no one's the wiser, for sure. But very, very nice and very fun. I enjoyed these two, kind of for what they are, right? Like, I think we're at this stage now where if you're a vintage collector, you're a vintage collector. You like what you like, and I do like vintage collection. They obviously are the scale that I grew up with. But we're just getting to that point where we're getting, kind of priced out of things. So that's a bummer. I'm not going to get these guys to stand today, but that's all good. They're here. They're fun. They are what they are. If you can log game them, especially for Jode, I would definitely say that. But Obi-Wan, I think, is worth a pickup. If you're needing kind of a hit the highlights of your Star Wars collection, you definitely need an Obi-Wan. You definitely need an old man Obi-Wan, and I think you get a pretty good version of that. But in the end of the day, that is just my opinion, and I'm sure that you have yours, and we'd love to hear about them in the comments down below. And while you're there, go ahead and hit us with a like, hit us with that comment, and of course, subscribe to the channel as we post new content every single day. But it is getting to be that time. It's getting that time to get on out of here. It's getting that time to throw one back. So for myself and Obi-Wan, and of course Uncle BJ, we are going to throw one back. And we'll see you all next time.